Hello, hello. Well, here it is. I finally finished it. This is the little journal that I made using some Your Creative Studio supplies and finally finished to show. I gave a sneak peek in my previous video. And the cover I made a couple years ago, so some things are a little vague. I will try to give as much information as I can. It's a little odd. It's a different one because I did it, I don't know why I did it this way, but I made it wrap around and then close, and it opens kind of differently. I don't know how to say it other than that. So we have some hand-dyed seam binding. I believe I used the oxide ink spun sugar, distressed oxide ink, to color this in the light pink. And I have a large eyelet here, which I've just looped this on and it can wrap around, and I've sewn a button into the inside before I did the cover. So I will show you this, and I did unfortunately have to do some repairs, which took me a little longer. This lace was added because my holes started to, well, I pulled too hard. So this paper here is actually a paper placemat that I have a set of, and they're nice and long. I don't remember. I think they might be like 11 by 17 or something like that. You can find all kinds of paper placemats in paper stores and on Amazon. They vary significantly in price and quality. Some are super thin. They're usually meant to be used and discarded, so they're kind of disposable, but they're great because they're a larger format, so you don't have to have a roll of paper to have something larger for a journal cover that you don't have to cut and piece together. Wow, that was a long way to say that. Anyway, I loved this pattern. I actually picked it up at the thrift store, so, you know, lots of reuse there, and I keep using them. And then going inside, we have, it opens all the way up. It has 1, 2, 3 panels, and they kind of fold in on themselves, and then the closure flap. And this is reusable. I have inserts in here, and you can't see the elastics on the outside because of the hole punch. I was pulling too hard and the paper couldn't hold up. So I reinforced it with duct tape, which is not the most attractive, but then covered it with lace because that's way prettier. And then this part is kind of looks like the back, but because this folds in on itself like that, it's the cover. And there's these papers are from Your Creative Studio, as the labels, the sticker, that paper. The doily is from my stash that also was thrifted several years ago, and that's how I decorated the cover. So enough of that, let's go to the structure. I think, but I don't know for sure, that this was originally like a large mailing envelope or one of those thicker pieces of mail. I don't know. It was one piece, and then I've scored it and covered it in papers. And then, so I have the outside covered with the placemat, and then I have scrapbook paper here and here. There's no pocket, and then this, I don't know what this is doing here. It's just hanging out there. Maybe I was going to add something there. But this is the back side here, and this envelope came from Your Creative Studio, and I think I left that open. Let me grab something. I usually have all kinds of things available, and I can't find anything. Can't find anything. What am I talking weird? So it can be used to tuck something in there also. And then I collaged with some of the Your Creative Studio papers, and then this one was from the oldest, well, it might be the oldest kit I used. And also, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a quick flip through of my reference folio. This is how I remember where things came. Oh, I did put a little place marker here. So this paper right here was from the February 2022. It was kind of a garden themed, and it had sheets of papers about this size, and that's where that pattern went. And there's a few things I used from that collection. The envelope, I'd have to look up. It came from a different one. let me know any questions in the comments, and I will try to find an answer if I can. So these two here were from that Garden February one, and then this one was from the kind of the Sherlock one more recently. Another doily there, and then I took an index card and attached some coffee dyed paper. I wonder if you can, maybe you can kind of see the original lines. It's hard to tell. Maybe the light is showing it. I can just barely see, but then again, I know they're there. So, and then this side I left blank and just folded over this little part for a little tab, and it all fits in there quite nicely as I struggle to get it back in. Haha. And that's that for that side of the cover. Then in this side, sort of the front half of the cover, again, I have one of the envelopes from that kit, and I've left a little room for tucking, and I have decorated. I used the alpha stickers, so finally found a way to use them, and I think I would use them more like this, but there is only so many, you know, letters on it, so you can't spell out everything you want to. It's best if you find words that only have maybe one of each letter, but we do have 2 Y's, but I don't know that you get 3 of any letter. I'd have to look. So you have to kind of think it out in advance. And then I used some stickers from YourCreativeStudio here and here to make a little collage there. Again, this is that same index card. This time, it's got a lovely crinkly texture to it. It doesn't fold out. I put some this is tissue paper from one of the old kits, and on this side is vellum, and so I've only attached on the corners. That's where that noise and a little pocket of error is coming from, and you can do that or not do that depending on what you like. We have a little collage here. This is a great way to use some of the tinier ephemera that comes in a lot of the kits. This might have been, I think these might have been stickers, but I'm not entirely sure, and I just kind of laid them. It's great when you go off the edge and just trim off the excess. And then we have that sticker, and then this was actually a piece of ephemera that was acetate and not adhesive. Sometimes I think we've gotten stickers that are acetate, but this one has nothing to attach it, and rather than go the adhesive route, I just used a tiny staple, and it's pretty, you know, it doesn't interfere. So, and then, oh yeah, this is sticker paper here, and I have this lovely EK Success punch that punches the tab out for that. So this right here is the Post-it or sticky note set that came in that February, I think it was 2022, and I've just taken a few of them and stuck them on. The tack is low tack. On this last one, I kind of glued it on and I added some repositionable, can you hear that? Repositionable adhesive. That would be, I love this stuff. This is removable adhesive from Tombow, and I use it a lot in prepping ideas, you know, because I tend to want to film it later, and just, if I move it, I forget. I mean, I'm not getting it the same. And so sometimes I use that to keep things where they are, but that's also another way to use it. Now we have finally come to the inserts, and on the first one I left myself notes for where things were located. That's why all these Post-its are sticking out. The second one I was like, just ask me. Ask me which one it came in, and or maybe if I'm really on top of things I can put it in, but if you don't see and you want to know, ask me. So the cover of the inserts is actually 2 pieces of art paper put together, and I'm calling it art paper because I think that's what it's called. I think these came out of Somerset Studio Magazine and they were included, and you know, I don't have the magazine anymore, but I kept the papers, and so they're a little bit thinner than your thick cardstock, so I stuck them together, and they're pretty, and I didn't have to do a whole lot of embellishing, and almost, if you look really closely, you might be able to see the perforation there. That is, yep, right there. That's where you pull it out of the magazine. Oof, it's the little clue of where it came from. This is just a sticker that came in one of the YourCreativeStudio boxes a while back. this one here is actually some journal cards that came in. They are double-sided. That's the lovely other side. I rounded two of the corners and used it, glued it two sides to use it as a little tuck here. And this is just some paper from one of the YourCreativeStudio boxes. February 2024 on that one. And yeah, I don't remember the flower one. We'll see. Then I have some, this is paper I've had in my stash. And you know what I found? This is interesting. There's some rub-ons in here, and they've stayed tacky on the outside. Now, they're all at least a year old, and they're a little harder to get on when you don't use them right away. But I got them on pretty well. That's this one right here is a rub-on. But interestingly, it's a little bit tacky. It hasn't ruined it, it just sticks a little bit. Then I've used a lot of washi in here. This one is from November 2024. And then this is actually, one of the people asked me recently, so hopefully they're watching, different ways to use this little sticker book. I believe that's what they were wondering. This came in the most recent box from YourCreativeStudio. And look at all these lovely vintage floral images. It's like a washi vellum sticker. So I've put it here in the corner with the washi tape coming behind, and then I've accented it with a little bit of a floral rub-on there. Here's another sticker that came in a box, and look at my little notes. Here we go. So we had the washi November 2024. The rub-on is from September 2023. We're going to be all over the floral different boxes here. Here's another sticker with the burnt uneven edges, great for collage, that I've put in the background, and again I've just accented it with some rub-ons. Now these rub-ons, again, they were also September 2023, as was the sticker, and it was this kind of poppy themed box. Really pretty. I think this paper came from that same box as well. 2023, that's what's left of my rub-ons. I gotta use those because they're, like I said, this is somewhat tacky to the touch. But I want to do another poppy journal, so I couldn't use too much of the stickers. Look at these. Oh man, I love these so much more than the alphabet type stickers. And lots of pretty papers from that box as well. Now you can find poppy papers on Amazon if you love poppies the way I do, or scrapbook.com. Now this is a washi tape. This one's from June, way back in 2022. Pretty. And then I just used the paper as a flip out, and again the tacky little rub-on, and it actually holds the paper, it holds it down, so hey, it works there. Now, another technique that is great for just adding a little something to a blank page in a journal, other than your little mini visual collage. That's a good technique. Here is another way to have a lovely little focal point. You can still write on it or add papers as much as you want, but stencils. Now this stencil actually came in a YourCreativeStudio box. Crazy, I know. Which one did it come in? The September 2023. I guess they didn't want to continue with that idea because I think it was a one-off. But I've continued the little scrap of paper from all the way onto this side to add just a little bit of an extra accent, and then I use some ink blending partial of the stencil there. Do I have the stencils here? Yes, I do. Here are it came in a 2-pack, September 2023, and it came with this stencil and this stencil. This is the one I used on this page here, and I have just a quick little inking that I did for my reference. This is the one that's partially stenciled right there. I don't think I've done the other one somewhere around here. Now this inside paper was some music paper that is in French. Possibly my husband was singing it for something, but you know, when he's done with it, he doesn't need it. And rather than put it in the recycle bin, I like to recycle it. I did have to erase some pencil marks. There's a pen mark there, but I covered it up. And then I've just added an accent of washi on the side. We have 2 more washis to feature. This one here is recent, sort of, July 2024. Look how I helped myself there. I just thought, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but to remember what box I got it in, I wrote it on the inside. And then this was July 2023. So some really beautiful florals, and they're kind of neutral. You can use them in so many ways, and I love to use them this way. A lot of times it's very low tack, so a lot of times I do add just a little bit of liquid adhesive to make sure it's not coming back up again. Here we have a lovely stamp from February 2022, and a lot of the stamps, now this was a wood mount stamp, so it's great. I've just colored in with some colored pencils, so I didn't stamp it very well. It stamps better than that. I moved it when but hey, who cares? You wouldn't have known if I didn't tell you, right? Anyway, moving on, we have a couple stickers. This is a piece of ephemera. These stickers are from October 2023. I used a few things from that kit. It had a little bit of more of a late fall color theme, more vintage, and it didn't quite go as well, but it goes great with this brown. I think this tag is from that set also. And then this little piece is a thicker piece of ephemera, and then I've combined it with the two stickers, and then this label number type. I don't know if that was a sticker or if I glued it down. And then this makes a tuck spot. Here's another one of those journal cards from that other kit, that other box. And here's the other stencil. One thing I love about the stencils is really, you can really customize the color. So this is a totally different color theme than this one, and they both go in here quite well. I just obviously was referring to this little page here to pick up some of the blues and the pinks there. I think that's spun sugar and maybe speckled egg or something. And that would be this one of that pair of stencils, and just a little accent in the top, and it's great. And then you still can have the white space. Now in the center, I went with the sticker paper. That was kind of hard. And this is from that one Lily box. Maybe February 2024. Maybe that's why that's there. Get out of here. And so this is one, but it wasn't wide enough to cover the whole 2-page spread, so I put it right in the middle, covering my stapled section in there, and then a couple strips on the side, and then some of the washi, which that roll is right here. Yep, February 2024, all kinds of lilies. And then I used some of the thicker ephemera, paper ephemera that came in that box, to make a little tuck spot up there, and this is another one of those journal cards. We have another wood mount stamp from that same box. This time I just stamped it out and did not color it in. And then on this side we have from March 2024 this paper, and I can actually score this if I want later, but I'm just going to leave it right now. It flips out, it's lots of blank space, and I've just torn the edge there. This side we have a sticker, and then we have some more of that thicker ephemera making a tuck spot, as well as using the two tag-shaped ones as tags right here. Then here we have a stamp. This was a kind of a rubber cling stamp, I think. And I've just stamped it out. I think this is one of the cream colored distress inks. I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of a neutral. So it kind of just hides in the background there. It's hard to see the detail, but you can if you're looking for it. And here's my tacky rub-on stickers again. Love these burnt edge stickers. This one I put up in the corner, added some washi. This is from September 2023, that washi. And then a sticker here. And nope, that's part of the sticker, that right there. And then just here is the rub-on, another one of the stickers from that same pack. And it's got that tackiness. Maybe that'll go away, but I don't know. Interesting thing I haven't noticed before. Here's another one of these stickers from the most recent box, this right here, and just a different way to make a little vignette. I added one of these stickers from that November 2023 Sherlock type detective box, and then this is one of those stickers there, and just a little rub-on right there. In fact, you can't really see much there, so I'm gonna get in close and you can see I love this. At first, I didn't like the shiny of these stickers, the gold. I don't know what I said in the review, but you know what? It's grown on me. It's vintage and there's just a little bit of shimmer, and in this use, I really like it. So here's another one of the vellum washi type stickers. Not sure which box that came in. It's quite large, and I just plopped it right there on this white page in the corner. Here is a piece of thicker paper ephemera. I've glued it down flat, and it says, "Live life to the fullest." I really liked how it went with the colors here. I think it came from that one October box I was mentioning. And here is our little wood mount rubber stamp from the most recent box, I think November. And then another piece of ephemera glued straight down. A flower is a smile from heaven. So it seemed to go. And it actually, right here, because the paper's thin and this taggy ephemera is thicker, it's a nice little hold for flipping. And that's the last page there in this insert. And then here I've done another little tuck spot pocket with the journal card, and I've taken some paper from that February box, was it 23 probably, and just folded it in this way to kind of make it look like an envelope, and tucked it behind, and yet it's still, you can open it up and write on it like a full sheet of paper. That's insert number 1. Boy, that took a while. Let's see if we can whip out number 2 a little better. And you'll notice I could put more inserts in here. This is kind of lighter elastic. I believe I got it at the Dollar Tree. I have pink, blue, purple, and a darker purple, and I just picked those colors to kind of go with this. And I didn't even mention, at the bottom here, I have an old button, a vintage button tied, and use a crimp bead to hold it on. And then a thicker bead here, because boy, it takes a lot of width to get this elastic through a bead. So it really only works with something with a wider opening. And again, I have a crimp bead on the bottom to hold it there. So let's go and see. Another one of these large stickers makes a great front cover decoration without covering up too much of this art paper. Isn't that beautiful paper? And then on the inside, it's more of a neutral. And so we have another tiny envelope that came in a YourCreativeStudio box. I'll have to figure out which one. And inside this much smaller envelope, oh come on, I have tucked away some tags. These are really pretty. And these came in one of those lovely little match boxes. Not sure where it had gone off to. Look how pretty this box is. Oh my goodness, I have not used it. And of course the tags are still in here because it's so pretty. They're kind of a lightish lavender and then pink ones. And they're quite thick, so they're really nice quality. But yeah, this box is so beautiful too. And we have another one that we'd got on a different one, and these were more purple. Again, same brand and everything. Beautiful box, beautiful tags. So probably something you can find. I mean, some people shop on Temu. I do not, but you can probably find it Amazon, other places too. But that one I definitely would recommend because they're good quality, good printing, not some of the issues that, oh look, it even looks handmade, that some of the products have. And these envelopes have like printing on the inside too. They're really pretty. Those were a nice one from that one box. Then we've done a little collage here with these kind of weird textured stickers, and they were doing them in shapes. Ugh, those are not very useful, but you know, I'm trying to use them as I can. It's not my favorite. But this is the little vignette I've done with those. And then there's one little clear sticker there. But the rest of these are those textured, shaped, die-cut stickers that came from a couple different boxes. They're doing them in alphabet now, which, yeah, I think move on from that idea as well. Here's another paper. Oh, more stencil. Now this one's a Tim Holtz stencil, but I just love this Moroccan tile design. You can find it in all kinds of brands of stencils, but that was a Tim Holtz one that I used there. And then this sticker was from the YourCreativeStudio box, and I just did some pinks and purples. So this one's more of a pink and purple themed box. And then here's another tiny sticker from YourCreativeStudio, and this one is one of the little word stickers that we've been getting. lately. I love these ones because they were even tinier. It's great to add on. I guess I moved away really quickly here. So this is 2 stickers. Love is one clear sticker, and this is a different one. And that's one way you can use some of the more tiny things, is just embellishing a tiny spot. On this side, I just have a piece of paper that I glued on because it was white, and then more washi. Do we have this one? Yes, this one is from June 2023. Oh, love this roll. It didn't go super well with everything in the box that it came with, or there was kind of a couple different color themes going on, but I just love it. It's great. Here's another one of those shaped, textured stickers that I was just talking about. Now this one's a little better. I think I used some adhesive, liquid adhesive, to get it down there. So the butterfly ones I think I find the most useful, but yeah, then it makes it harder to use them too. I love butterflies. Here's another piece of thicker weight ephemera. These came in this box, and we have 2 tags, and then I've used the larger one as a tuck spot, and some more music paper that's been rescued from the bin. On this side, we have a lovely lily stamp that I've colored in my color scheme to try to go with this, with some colored pencils. Then I have this lightweight white paper I've just backed with some of the art kind of paper. It was more textured. They're not doing this kind of style anymore with the paper. There you can see the texture there. But that was from one of the previous boxes. And then this back of paper, it's just paper that I've put on there. And again, backed it with paper. Guess I didn't want any white pages in this one. Now on this one, I have one of the thicker pieces here that I've just adhered on the top to make a tuck. And this is another one of those beautiful envelopes. This one I could not glue down the flap because look at that, it's so pretty. So I've just put it in there as it is, as a little place to add more. And then on the white side here, I glued down some vellum paper, and it really pops when the back side is white. It's quite thick there. And then on this side, I have partially glued down the vellum on 2.5 sides here so that I could tuck something in. I've just added a little sticker here. This sticker, I think these clear floral stickers came from the February, the Lily box. And then on this piece of manila tag, I backed some of the art paper here and cut the corners to make a little tag that can get tucked in. I don't know if I like how it shows through, but you get the idea. With certain vellum pockets, you can have that depth of interest, and you can have something you can see through. So maybe with a more simpler pattern, it would work better, but this is how I did it here. Again, we have, that's the original scrapbook paper there, and this is some paper from YourCreativeStudio that I've backed onto the white side there. Again, here's just another stamp. This one, I think I moistened it, so it's a little bit fuzzy, but you can do that to get a different look, is, wet or spritz your stamp and it's less clear. If you like that look, the edges are quite clear, but the details on the inside are kind of gentle. And I could color it in, but I didn't do that on this one. So this is one of the thicker pieces of paper ephemera that I've used as a tuck spot, and there were actually a second box that came with these kind of journal cards. These ones are just one-sided, so you got white on this side, and then I picked some out that fit my color theme. Loved the box that had this beautiful blue and roses. So hard to use, but I used one here and backed that white side with it. And then here's another one of the textured stickers. Oh, this one I absolutely loved the print on it, but it just fell flat in the shapes. This one is one of the ones that's okay, but I think it looks better as a print than as individual stickers. But here it is here, accenting the corner, and then I have some paper from the Lily box. Another little stamp here. This is an oldie from a while, I think it is, from a while ago. and it's also came in a Your Creative Studio box. I think I was aggressive on this paper and it tore, so washi is functioning as decorative here and repairing my little rough. I was actually, flipping and folding, testing out the strength of my little insert, and this one's from June 2023. So another great way to use washi is to hide something and also make it look pretty. And then finally we have another one of these beautiful envelopes. I don't remember what was on the other side here. You can't really see. It's okay. But I've obviously felt like I could glue that down, but I love the inside print there. And then I've cut down one of these journal cards that has just the one side, and inside, if I can get it out, we have a couple more of the lovely pink tags. So that is it. Oh my goodness, this is a long one. I hope you like the long format and the chatty format. Maybe maybe I should have just done a flip through, but lots of different ideas in here for ways to use the tiny stuff, ways to accent, and different embellishment ideas. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know what's your favorite technique for just adding a little bit of interest on a page. And is there anything new that you saw in this video that you think you'd like to try? As always, thank you for watching and have a wonderful and creative day. Bye!